Construction is temporarily stopped at the Obama Presidential Center in Jackson Park after a noose is found at the site. Coming up, the large reward to find who's responsible.
Starting today, there's a new place where people can go to honor the victims of the Highland Park parade shooting. We're going to take you there live.
And ready or not, here it comes. Colder air is moving in. Tracy has your more winter-like forecast as we welcome you on this Friday morning.
Live from Chicago's #1 news, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts streaming now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm Val Warner.
And I'm Mark Rivera in for Terrell on this Veterans Day. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday as well. And colder temperatures are really on the way.
Hope you enjoyed yesterday. Tracy, today is the beginning of the free fall, right?
Yeah, it really is. Good morning, everybody. And we're still, hey, sun was up and we're seeing a little blue sky in there, despite the fact that numbers are on their way down. 46 degrees, that temperature currently at O'Hare. Been watching this line of some showers. They were not impressed. I've not been impressed with these at all as they continue to diminish, but you still could get a few sprinkles far out to the west. Right now, 47 Waukegan, 50 Gary, 45 degrees in Joliet, and 44 right now in Aurora. Today, we've already hit the high for the day, and most likely that may go down as about 60 degrees, but we hit that at midnight. We've been dropping ever since, and as you can see, this afternoon and this evening we'll certainly have those temperatures back in the 30s. We'll go through that weekend forecast coming up. Roz?
We're looking at pretty easy conditions on the expressways this morning. A lot of folks have the day off in commemoration of Veterans Day, and it's having a positive impact on traffic. As you can see, we're averaging maybe 30 minutes tops for your travel times. The only exceptional delay is on I-80 westbound. We've got this crash a little bit west of Wolf Road, and because of the lane blockage there, we've got a pretty significant delay that goes back for about 2 to 3 miles. And really, that's the only problem. Chopper 7, they're over the west end of the Ike through the avenues. Now, I drive this thing every day, guys. It's not even bottlenecked. Look at that. The traffic is great. So, I mean, if you do have to drive into the city, today's the day to do it. The inbound Ike is 26 minutes, Manheim to the Burns Circle.
Wow, that is just moving, Roz. That's good.
Take it.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, thank you very much. Right now at 7:02, construction of the Obama Presidential Center is on pause this morning after a noose was found at the project site.
Now, a large reward is being offered to try and find those responsible for that hateful act. Christian Picos is live in Jackson Park with the very latest on the investigation. Christian.
Val and Mark, the construction company responsible for the Obama Presidential Center is offering a massive $100,000 reward to help find those responsible for this just disgusting and senseless act of hate. Now, a construction worker working nearby yesterday says he saw Chicago police leave the site with a noose in a bag. That worker snapped a picture of CPD leaving with that noose and says the discovery was hard to believe. The Obama Foundation called this disturbing discovery a, quote, shameless act of cowardice designed to get attention and divide us. Fifth Ward Alderman Leslie Hairston says the community should not have to live in fear.
We need to know that we're free to exist in all our ethnicity and all of our uniqueness. That's what we need to know, that we can walk the streets without a fear of coming upon a noose, without fear of somebody calling us a name.
Governor J.B. Pritzker responded, writing, quote, hate has no place in Illinois. The noose is more than a symbol of racism. It is a heart-stopping reminder of the violence and terror inflicted on Black Americans for centuries. Now, Mayor Lori Lightfoot has pledged a full police investigation, but Mark, it is still unclear when construction will once again resume. Back to you.
Okay, Christian, thank you. And new this morning, we've learned a Chicago alderman who was speculated to be a possible candidate for mayor will not be joining the field. 44th Ward Alderman Tom Tunney, who represents Wrigleyville and Lakeview, tells us he's decided not to run. Tunney's retiring from city council at the end of his term.
The city of Highland Park has created a temporary memorial honoring the 7 people killed at the 4th of July parade. It's located at the Rose Garden at St. John's Avenue and Hazel, and that's where Jessica D'Onofrio is this morning live. Jess, what are people being asked to do today?
Well, Val, people can come by this morning and leave flowers at this new location, but it will remain temporary. Meanwhile, the mayor of Highland Park is expected to be here to talk to reporters later on this morning. The city moving 6 large photo portraits of some of the people killed in the 4th of July Highland Park parade shooting. The memorial in their honor will now have a temporary home at the Rose Garden adjacent to Highland Park City Hall. This morning, the city will provide flowers at the intersection of St. John's and Central beginning at 8:15 a.m. with an invitation to community members to place them in the Rose Garden in remembrance of the 7 people who were killed that day. No formal program or ceremony is planned. Meanwhile, a permanent memorial is being planned by the city based on feedback from the victims' families and the public. This as many people continue to recover from their injuries. And city officials say those plans will be discussed in the new year, and information about the process will be shared on the city's website at a later date. Val and Mark, back to you.
All right, Jessica, thank you. Today, loved ones will say their final goodbyes to a suburban high school soccer player who died after contracting mono. A vigil for 17-year-old Ryan Plowman took place Wednesday at Shepherd High School in Palos Heights. His family says he had a compromised immune system, and when he became sick, he couldn't fight off mono. Plowman was a standout athlete and an honors student. The midterm election was 3 days ago, and control of Congress still has not been decided.
This morning, the country's still waiting on final results from several key races, with the Georgia Senate race now set for a runoff. Democrats and Republicans hope to pick up Senate seats in Arizona and Nevada.
ABC's Justin Finch has more from Washington. Justin.
Overnight, Maricopa County, Arizona, releasing results from 78,000 processed ballots, slightly boosting Democrats.
This is the process. It's been like this for years.
But the county still has hundreds of thousands more ballots to process. Candidates in Arizona's tight Senate race now reassuring supporters. Incumbent Democrat Mark Kelly.
It doesn't look like we're going to have the final results for a little while. And that's okay.
Republican challenger Blake Masters tweeting that with the remaining ballots outstanding, we are confident we will win.
We know this will take time, and we won't have more election results for several days.
In Nevada, Senator Catherine Cortez Masto still hopeful as ballot processing continues. Her opponent, Adam Laxalt, also upbeat.
But we're confident that the numbers are there, and we're going to win this race.
Meantime, Georgia is set for a December Senate runoff election.
We're in overtime. That means we got a runoff. Hey, I was built for this. Fundamentally, this is a race about right and wrong.
On Capitol Hill, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says he's awaiting final results. His counterpart in the House, Kevin McCarthy, believes Republicans are heading for a majority.
Leader McCarthy, do you have the votes for both the majority and the speakership?
Yes. At the White House, President Biden not ruling out Democrats holding the House.
Still alive. Like drawing an inside straight.
Republicans are now talking about 2024, largely pushed by former President Trump, who could announce his re-election campaign as soon as next week. Trump already going after a potential rival, calling Florida Governor Ron DeSantis an average governor with great PR. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Justin, thank you. First Lady Jill Biden will be making a trip to the Chicago area next week. On Monday, Dr. Biden will be visiting Rolling Meadows High School on her first stop, talking about career-connected learning. Then later in the afternoon, the First Lady will make a trip downtown to visit Aon. She'll be taking part of a business roundtable discussion highlighting apprenticeship programs that offer pathways to good-paying jobs.
An ordinance that would change how Chicago police serve search warrants will not advance to the full city council. The proposed ordinance was named after Anjanette Young. You may remember in 2019, she was the victim of a wrongful police raid. She said she wanted people to see this video. Officers burst in and forced her to stand naked while they searched her home, but they had the wrong address. Aldermen wanted more safeguards before police serve search warrants. Yesterday, the ordinance was voted down by the council's Public Safety Committee. Young says she will keep fighting.
Shame on City Council for not moving forward with this today, but yet there's still a fight, and I'm going to continue to fight until we receive the results that we're looking for.
During yesterday's committee hearing, CPD representatives and the mayor's office testified that changes have been made to policy.
Happening today, a one-stop shop for everything from financial advice to your family doctor opens in Chicago's Auburn Gresham neighborhood. The Healthy Lifestyle Hub is located in the 839 building at the corner of 79th and Green Streets. It features several businesses, including a pharmacy, juice bar, and cafe. You can check it all out for yourself during an open house tonight from 4 to 7 o'clock.
And today, of course, is Veterans Day. There are many local commemorations, including a ceremony at Soldier Field later this morning. Members from each branch of the military will take part. The event starts at 11 a.m. Soldier Field is a memorial to U.S. soldiers who died in combat.
And veterans, if you want some treats today, there are a lot of freebies and discounts during today's holiday. That includes a free meal at Dom's Kitchen and Market. The Lincoln Park and Old Town locations are offering one complimentary meal between 11 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. today.
And of course, we say thank you for your service, not just
huge
to
thank
those
you.
who have served, but to the sacrifice their families make.
Absolutely.
As well.
It is a family endeavor. And your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, an ABC News exclusive. Robin Roberts sits down with former First Lady Michelle Obama. What she's saying about the pandemic and life after the White House. But first, Tracy has your AccuWeather forecast. She's talking about some tumbling temperatures next.
Well, good morning to you, and this is Veterans Day, so sharing a few photos of some of our folks here and their dads who were in the military, including, yes, this is Tom Wilcone Sr. in the Air National Guard, and his son right now, Tom, is directing this show. So I'm sure he learned a lot from his dad right there. Right, Tom? And if you didn't, then maybe you better go visit him. Anyway, so yes, this is Veterans Day. We are honoring our veterans, and I wish the weather was going to be kind. Unfortunately, these temperatures are going to continue to fall here through the day today. We're already seeing some temperatures in the 30s, and by the time this day is through, yes, we will have all of our temperatures in the 30s. Yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was 76 degrees. By 3 o'clock this afternoon, yeah, we'll probably be around 41 degrees. What a difference a day makes. And that was a record high. Well, this morning, a couple of sprinkles trying to get going, moving toward Hebron on the Illinois side, up toward Lake Geneva too. But for tomorrow, don't be surprised if you do see a few flurries around the area, and I think tomorrow is going to be blustery and colder. There's that November high temperature calendar. Technically today, I think this will end up being a red box because we hit our high at midnight, which was around 60 degrees. But believe me, we're not getting back up to 60 degrees this afternoon. Roz?
Well, we've got low numbers on the traffic end of things, too, and that's a good thing as far as we're concerned. We're averaging 25 to Well, 25 minutes, really. I mean, it's actually starting to get better on the expressways. We do have this one crash, though, that's causing persistent delays because they've got 2 lanes blocked westbound I-80 just past Wolf Road, and the backups start before LaGrange. So it's bumper to bumper for at least 1.5 miles. We do have a couple suburban crashes that are new. This just happened in Addison. It's on Lake Street at Rawing, and we've got a crash in Bartlett. Busy intersection. Anything that happens on Lake Street is going to cause problems for traffic. This one is on Lake Street just east of Bartlett Road. Val and Mark.
All right, Roz, thank you. Now to an ABC News exclusive. Former First Lady Michelle Obama sitting down with ABC's Robin Roberts, sharing a very candid conversation about the former First family and her time since leaving the White House. Judy Sue has this story this morning.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama opening up about life after the White House.
I was sitting at home, just sort of sorting through where we were, trying to make sense of what was happening to our country, to our world.
Sharing her strategies for staying hopeful in her new book, The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times.
And like a lot of people, I was trying to figure out, how do we get in this mess and how do we get out of it? It was that loss of hope, thinking about, did all of this matter? All the sacrifice that my family, my husband and I, all that we had done, especially after the election, did it matter? And does anything matter, right? And I think that if you don't have the tools to get out of it, you can just spiral and spiral down, further down.
Mrs. Obama candidly revealing how she keeps from worrying, like focusing on the small one constant light she mentions, her husband, former President Barack Obama, the couple celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary last month.
We recreated our honeymoon. I know, he did it. That dude came with it. And when we laughed about how broke we were when we did it the first time. But we rode along Highway 1 coast. We stopped in Big Sur and Carmel. That part of the country is one of the most beautiful coasts on the world.
She also writes about the other lights in her life, her daughters and her mom. Mrs. Mary Robinson, affectionately known as Grandma-in-Chief. Today, a rare glimpse of her sharing a whole lot of wisdom and wit.
I don't think you knew I took the SAT. It was one of those things, we were all kind of just like, you got into a school? Okay, well, how you gonna get there?
Your education was your responsibility. It wasn't mine. I told her, I already graduated. It's up to you to get an education and get a job.
Judy Sue, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible, to be at that table, to hear that conversation. Me too, I love it as well. That's just incredible.
And the fact that Grandma-in-Chief was like, it's up to you to get your education. And there's another clip that we didn't show that I saw in the interview with Robin Roberts about her talking about how Michelle needed to set her alarm to get up for school. It's not my responsibility to wake you up for school. And ironically, when I got a chance to interview her for her first book, Becoming, she said the same thing to me about my kids because I'm too hands-on. And she was like, you need to get them an alarm clock. And she made a video and told them, your mama is not going to be waking you guys up.
Oh my gosh,
get up on your own. So you know what?
That's great.
I think it works because Max is up on his own right now. I'm at work.
You don't have to FaceTime him. You don't have to FaceTime and say, hey, are you up?
Are you up? Bruh? Hope you're up for school.
Oh my gosh, what an incredible, that personal responsibility, I'm telling you. My goodness.
Wow. It's so true. And this interview will be part of the 2020 special, Michelle Obama, The Light We Carry, a conversation with Robin Roberts. It's going to air this Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on ABC 7 and Hulu on Monday. Following 2020 on Sunday, join us for ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 10.
And still to stream this morning, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is now in theaters. We'll hear from one of the cast members, thrilled to share more on the movie.
And time is running out. If you have an unpaid property tax bill in Cook County, the auction that's set to happen for delinquent bills. Flight attendants held a day of action at Midway Airport after a rise in assaults by unruly passengers. Ahead of the holiday travel season, they are spreading awareness about their national campaign, Assault Won't Fly.
It's a daily occurrence. I've been grabbed. I've had people dig their nails into my skin. I've been groped by passengers. Being assaulted, it's a safety issue that impacts us. We shouldn't have to be worrying that we're going to be assaulted by the passengers we're trying to keep safe.
The number of unruly passenger cases investigated by the FAA has soared. Last year, there were more than 1,000 incidents reported compared to less than 200 in recent years. A warning to Cook County property owners. If you have not paid your property tax bill, you need to do it immediately so your unpaid taxes won't be offered up for an auction. The Cook County tax sale begins November 15th. Properties with unpaid 2020 property taxes will be offered up for sale. More than 45,000 properties are eligible. 18,000 of those owe less than $1,000 to keep this from happening. Yeah, you'll find a link to information on how to avoid this at abc7chicago.com. But you got to remember, this is right in a pandemic. Folks are struggling.
Absolutely.
Inflation, and while it may not seem like a lot, that may be a big burden for some folks.
Well, absolutely. And I just hope that you don't lose your home over, what can be prevented. So right now we are going to join Good Morning America viewers. Tanya Babich will have an update on TV in just a bit, and you'll see it right here too. And when we come back, a selfless swap, the people going under the knife for a 3-way kidney donation.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Well, we will get some more news headlines a little bit later on, but right now let's take a peek at those temperatures. It is 46 degrees out at O'Hare. It is 48 degrees at Midway, 50 in Gary, but temperatures out to the west are falling into the 30s already. And we've talked extensively about how these temperatures would be pulling a free fall on us today. So the numbers continue to tumble through the day today, but there will be some sun that will be visible at times. As for tomorrow, it is going to be blustery and even colder. Tanya?
Thank you, Tracy. We are waiting to find out when construction on the Obama Presidential Center will resume after builders found a noose at the project site. A worker on a nearby project snapped a picture of a Chicago police officer leaving with that noose in a bag. It was found yesterday morning, but it's not known when it was placed at the site. The company responsible for the Obama Presidential Center construction is offering a $100,000 reward to find those responsible. It's also planning another series of anti-bias training for workers. We'll be back with a check on traffic in just a little bit.
Now's the time for a healthy start. So let's move. Let's rest and recharge. And put our health first. Let's be well. To do that, let's eat well. Breathe deep. Find joy in the little moments. And do what we love with who we love. Together, let's live well. Advocate Aurora Health.
Welcome back, everybody. Not bad out there. Average 25-minute travel times. The only hiccup is this crash westbound I-80 past Wolf Road. We're still seeing solid delays there, but a lot of folks have the day off for Veterans Day. Speaking of, we've got Chopper 7 over Soldier Field, and take a look, that beautiful video flag. But they're having a ceremony for Veterans Day today at Soldier Field at 11 o'clock this morning.
And welcome back with a live look over Chicago this morning. Those temperatures falling quickly. It will be cold by the afternoon. Obviously, you see the cloud cover out there too. We'll check in with Tracy in just a few minutes. A Mount Prospect man who received a kidney in a paired donation and transplant met his donor. 59-year-old Rick Calcutt and his wife, Marissa, spoke with Christine Faust over video chat Thursday at Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn. When doctors told Rick that he needed a transplant, Marissa was tested, but she wasn't a match. So they turned to a paired donation. This allows healthy donors to give a kidney. In turn, their loved ones receive a kidney from someone else.
We have 3 kids. So I was so happy that, he'll be healthy for them.
It's just such a small sacrifice, really, to make, to have such a big impact.
Wow, what an incredible moment there to have them unite even in a video chat. Faust donated her kidney so her former mother-in-law could receive one. Donors and recipients are all doing well. Just incredible program in general.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just makes you, I'm trying not to cry.
Yeah, seriously.
I love the stories like that, though, where people are so selfless
and
willing to make that sacrifice. And then look, the dad of 3 kids is going to be able to hopefully have a long life with his family.
Yes, exactly.
All right, coming up this morning, take a look at your screen right now. Take a look at it. How much would you pay for this right here, the first and only TV of its kind? It's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why? We're going to talk about it coming up this morning.
And Black Panther Wakanda Forever just started showing in theaters all over Chicago and the nation. We're going to talk to a cast member about the next chapter in the Marvel saga.
You're watching ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 7, streaming live now.
And let's take a quick look at some of the top stories we'll be watching for you today. Construction on the Obama Presidential Center is on pause after a disturbing discovery. A construction worker on a nearby project says he saw Chicago police leaving the site yesterday with a noose in a bag. Mayor Lori Lightfoot has pledged a full police investigation. The construction company is also offering a $100,000 reward to help find who's responsible.
A temporary memorial opens this morning in Highland Park honoring the 7 people killed in the 4th of July parade tragedy shooting. It replaces the memorial that was created immediately after the shooting. This new temporary memorial will be located at the Rose Garden adjacent to City Hall.
DePaul University is welcoming a new president. Robert Manuel will officially take leadership today on the nation's largest Catholic university. His inauguration is this afternoon at 1 p.m. Manuel has been president at the University of Indianapolis since 2012. Hey, good morning to you. Welcome into your Friday. I'm Mark Rivera, back in for Terrell.
And I'm Val Warner here at the bottom of the half an hour, taking a look outside. And Tracy, I was about to sing it. I was going to go there.
What were you going to say?
Free fall. Free falling. No, I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't want to.
She's a Petty fan, Tracy.
Yeah, I don't want to scare away the viewers. But just turn it on your Alexas at home right now.
Free falling.
And, that's about describes our temperatures, right, Trace?
I'm going to say it, and I hope all over the city. Hey, Alexa, play Tom Petty, Free Falling. I want to know if it happens.
Oh, my God. You know people's Alexas are going crazy
Oh, yeah.
right now.
They're popping off now.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
Yes.
All right. Hey, we have temperatures, some free falling back into the 30s. 50 right now in Gary, 44 in Peatone, Joliet, Kankakee, 47 now in Waukegan. Out the door this morning. Yeah, it's cold, especially when you compare it to 24 hours ago. Those temperatures will continue to fall. Roz, what do you have for us?
Not very much, and that's a good thing if you do have to get on the expressways and head to work this morning, because we're looking at maybe 20-25-minute travel times. We have one suburban crash that's still giving us a little bit of a headache up in Lake Villa at Route 83, a little bit south of 132, a bit of a delay there. But I want to go up in the air with Chopper 7. They're over the Woodlawn neighborhood where this mural, amazing mural for Wakanda Forever, was done by a local artist who actually grew up in Woodlawn. Ramon Static did this, and I was reading up a little bit on this, Val and Mark, that he modeled this after Mount Rushmore. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh.
And did you know, Roz, that he did this with spray paint?
Yes, I did actually. I was just reading. I was so involved in that, I almost forgot I had to do traffic because it's so cool.
Look at the detail that he did that with spray paint.
Literally, my mouth has been open during this entire time just because that's such an incredible mural.
It is. You should drive past it. It's 61st and Champlain. So if you have an opportunity to see it, do it.
Wow, look at that.
Or, you know what, Roz, we shot a localish piece on this too. I'm not sure where you can find it.
Online.
Online, yeah. There you go.
ABC7chicago.com.
This is the 21st century. We shot a localist.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blake, our photographer on the Windy City staff, and then production shot a localish piece on this, in-depth piece on it. So if you want to learn more,
this is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, I cannot wait to check that out.
Go on the internet.
Yeah, what is this?
Google
the internet.
I still balance my I date myself all the time. Like, I feel so young, but yet so old all the time in my life.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay.
How can you find? And I'm in TV. Anyway, now to today's talkers. It is Wakanda weekend. The new Black Panther movie opened overnight.
Yes, this morning we're going to hear from actress Lupita Nyong'o, and here's George Pinocchio.
It was not easy. He was king and Black Panther to everyone, but to me, he was everything.
For months, people have been coming to you saying, come on, Lupita, tell me something, just anything about the movie. And you've laughed and shrugged them off.
Yeah.
Now, what are you happily able to tell your fans?
I'm still not happy to tell them anything. I want them to go watch it, and they can find out, and they can tell me what they think.
Let me tell you what I think. I think this is unlike any Marvel movie I've ever seen.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. That was definitely the hope, the goal, and so it's so wonderful to hear.
Now is our time to strike.
I like seeing these folks back together. I like seeing the fight for something that matters. There's a lot of content in this 2 hours and 41 minutes, right? Do you sense all that?
Yeah, I mean, making this film was a feat. It was a feat to make. There was a lot of story to cover. And what I love about how Ryan works on a story is that he creates heroes, he creates villains, but the villains have heroic intentions.
We know what you whisper.
And so there is an empathy that you feel as an audience for the villains that only complicate your relationship to the entire story. So he grabs you from all ends, and then you're just like riveted, and you have to go on this ride.
Show them who we are.
George Pinocchio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
I cannot wait to see this movie.
Yeah,
Cannot
I
wait.
want to see it. I'm just debating on, do I go at night?
Yeah, do you go tonight or do you need some sleep
matinee.
first?
Yeah.
Matinee this week. Disney is the parent company of both Marvel and ABC 7.
Now we want to welcome in Roz and Tracy to the chat, and it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, 2 hours, 41 minutes. And we were just saying that it sounds long, but I'm sure it's going to just fly.
If it moves and it's intriguing, it's not going to feel that long. I mean, I've been to movies that are well under 2 hours and they feel like 4 hours. You know?
That is a
perspective.
That's a good point.
Totally
if the
agree.
movie's good, then yeah. And with that amount of time, you know what that means for me. I can refill the popcorn bucket.
Oh, yes. See, that is, when you can do that and you're like, yes, I do want the unlimited refills. I know it's a little extra, but I want to get the unlimited refills because, and you get to actually take advantage of it. That's huge. That is huge. I totally
Don't
agree
cheap
with you.
out on that one.
Yeah, no way. All right, listen up, all aspiring Miranda Priestleys out there. If you know the difference between turquoise, oh boy, what is this word? What is it? Lapis? Lapis? I don't know what that word is, so I am going to lose this. And cerulean, this is for you. Actress Emily Blunt told the ladies on The View that she would do a Devil Wears Prada again in a heartbeat. She said she would even wear the green eyeshadow, and now fans are begging for a sequel. It's been 16 years since The Devil Wears Prada hit theaters. Can you believe that? 16 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
16 years.
But that's a thing now. To do these remakes 15, 20 years later.
Right.
It is. So I guess the question then, Roz, should it be a thing? It is a thing, and we know these movie houses and these production companies are remaking these, or not remaking them, doing the sequels to these movies, but should we leave well enough alone? Are we messing with perfection when we do these sequels? Okay, let's talk. We have the most recent was Coming to America. A lot of people hated the second one.
Right, we've got the Christmas Story one coming out.
One coming up.
A couple days here.
So do we need another Devil Wears Prada?
What did you think of Tom Cruise? The remake?
Oh yes. Which I never saw.
I haven't seen it, but I only
Maverick, different movie.
Only heard good things though.
Sequel.
Loved it.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Hocus Pocus, a lot of fun.
Okay, so then that will work. So it just hit or miss?
I guess it really depends.
Well, I'm really dating myself, but if you go to Grease and Grease 2 was one of the most abysmal movies ever been made.
I'd have to agree with that. That was pretty bad.
You know what? There are some Grease 2 stands out there. I'm not one of them, but I just want to know. There are some lovers of that sequel. I don't know why, but I agree.
I don't either.
By the way, I do now know the correct pronunciation of that color, which I don't know what the color is, but lapis is the color.
I love that movie so much. I would love to see
another one.
I think they should do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. You know what? Emily Blunt. I love her. I think she's an incredible actress. I would watch her in anything. So I think that's great.
Okay. Well, let's get you to weigh in on this, you guys. Now to who's the real queen of Christmas. There's one singer who has no problem with Mariah Carey being called the queen of Christmas. Carey filed to trademark the nickname.
Wow.
And Better Homes and Gardens asked Dolly Parton how she felt about it. Apparently, since Parton is also well known for loving the holiday, Parton says she's not competing with Mariah Carey. She loves her. And she says she is happy to be second in line to her.
Dolly Parton is she's such a consummate professional, and she is such a self-deprecating person. She is so classy and classic. You're right, and I wouldn't expect her to bite on any sort of are you going after Mariah Carey? Come on.
Did we just say Mariah Carey is about to trademark that?
I was just
Queen of Christmas.
You say that?
She did already?
She successfully filed it. She filed it.
Oh.
I need to file. Okay, if you had to file a trademark on a nickname, this is the question. What would it be, Val?
Queen of salt and vinegar potato chips.
There you go. I like that.
Queen of snacking.
I like that.
Queen of traffic.
Queen of
Queen of
traffic.
traffic.
Now that is true. And Queen Trixie.
Queen Trixie, that's right. That's right.
Queen of traffic. Don't
like
get
that.
me started on my Rosevere and Queen of Traffic.
Oh, yes. There's a story?
I have told this story 100 million times more. Well, first of all, tell us what you're.
I just try to go Boots McGee because I'm loving my boots these days.
Okay.
Yeah, Boots McGee.
Boots McGee.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I always sing Roz's praise as literally the Queen of Traffic. As someone who did it here in Chicago for 5 years at another station, and I just come in. I come in the mornings. The Queen of Traffic. Because that is not an easy job, and especially when you're a transplant like me, and Chicagoans are brutal if you mess up a street name. And let's just say I cried for a year straight.
Oh no!
I never heard you mess up a name ever.
You well, then you weren't watching those shows.
Well, I wasn't watching.
She was working. She was working.
We were competing.
I never heard you.
That's
Roz is just being kind, but she's.
Well, okay, let's talk a little bit. We were talking about the holiday season. So speaking of the season, here's the holiday countdown for you this morning. Thanksgiving, 13 days away. Unbelievable. 37 days until Hanukkah. And Christmas is 44 days away.
So
we're getting down to the wire, folks.
Yeah.
We're getting down to the wire.
Let's just focus on Thanksgiving for a second.
Let's do it.
Let's
agree.
settle
Let's do it.
there. Let's just be in the moment for that. I think for these next 13 days. And is it too early to buy the turkeys and hams?
I bought mine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I got a frozen one.
Okay, so we were debating. My mom was thinking, well, maybe we'll wait a little bit. And I was like, I don't know. Should we?
I was afraid that, they're talking about supply chain.
Right,
So you just have it in your freezer
stuff.
and then you'll let it thaw closer.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I guess it's time. Well, I
Unless
mean,
you're going to the farm and getting it that day. I mean, come on, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Right? I did a story about that.
McGee, you're good.
Boots McGee.
Yeah, you take your boots out to that farm.
Where's the hatchet?
Don't take your nice boots.
Oh, no.
One.
Oh, yeah. No, it gets sloppy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no way.
All right. ABC 7 Eyewitness News continues streaming out loud after the break. We're back in 90 seconds.
We're all going to need those winter coats this morning, and Nicor Gas beat the rush, handing out some new ones to kids who need them. Employees from the company giving out 250 coats to students at Holmes Elementary in Harvey on Thursday. It's part of the utilities Operation Warm. The company says it's handed out nearly 2,000 coats to kids across northern Illinois.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah,
and
that is
like
good
you
to
said,
see.
we're going to need it, right, Tracy?
Yeah, perfect timing for that. Live look right outside this morning. You can see some clouds out there, but a little bit of brightness in the sky. But those temperatures, they have been falling already this morning and on this Veterans Day as we continue to salute veterans, the dads of some of our staff members right here at ABC 7, including John Warderitz, who is the dad of our Jill Jordan, our 5 a.m. producer, served in the U.S. Army, a Vietnam vet. So thank you, sir, for your service. Well, as we look at our Veterans Day outlook, temperatures continue to fall. You know, we've started off this day even with some temperatures in the 50s. Officially, I think our high is going to end up being 60 degrees, which we hit around midnight. But these temperatures are going to continue to fall through the day. Yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 76 degrees, the record high. 3 o'clock this afternoon will probably be around 41 degrees. So a major difference there. The weekend, it is going to be cold. Those highs in the upper 30s coming our way. But Roz, what are you looking at now?
We're looking at pretty decent conditions on the expressways, and the travel times are really low. A lot of folks have the day off in observance of Veterans Day, so we're looking at 25 minutes as your average. Here's the Kennedy, and it's moving. I mean, if anything, I'd call it 27 minutes from O'Hare into downtown. Same thing with the Dan Ryan, our White Sox camera, showing us some heavy traffic heading in to the Stevenson, to the Ryan Bridge, approaching the Jane Byrne interchange, but at most 20 minutes 95th to downtown. We do have a crash eastbound on I-90 near Briar Hill Road that is causing a little bit of a delay, and one suburban crash. This is in Addison on Lombard, a little north of Army Trail Road. Val and Mark.
All right, Roz, thank you. Well, Snoop Dogg's life is heading to a theater near you. Universal Pictures is working on a biopic about the rapper, with Black Panther writer Joe Robert Cole writing the script. Snoop Dogg, of course, is helping produce the project, which means it will incorporate music from his catalog. Lakeith Stanfield portrayed Snoop Dogg in the biopic Straight Outta Compton. So is he going to do it again?
Exactly. Do we know who's going to portray him in this? That's the question. I know. I'm excited to see that. That'll be great.
I am, too. He was actually one of our really good guests here on Windy City Live.
I bet he was.
Yeah.
I bet he was. I know. I bet, he seems like he's got such a unique personality.
He did ask an interesting question in the green room before.
What did he ask?
Came on. Could he, you know what? We're like, no, you cannot in here.
Not in here. Disney policy.
Yeah.
Still to stream on Circle 7. You jumpstart your holiday spirit in a festival today. Well, it is finally Friday.
That's right. So let's check in on Festival Friday with Roz. Hey, Roz.
Day and my favorite segment. Good morning to all of you, and we're going to start seeing a lot of holiday events around town. We start with one that I just went to. I was so lucky I got to go see Lightscape at the Chicago Botanic Garden earlier this week during the previews, and they've got all kinds of beautiful paths and installations and artistic works. They're all back with some new ones, a reimagined fire garden and some favorites like the cathedral. I thought I was going to go for an hour. I ended up staying for about 2.5 hours because it is so beautiful. So if you have a chance, go see it. And you can get some early holiday shopping done at the Randolph Street Holiday Market. It opens tomorrow at Plumbers Hall. It runs Saturday and Sunday with a fabulous mix of vintage and modern from more than 125 vendors. Now, Harry Potter fans of all ages, you're going to love this new immersive experience, Harry Potter Magic at Play. It's at Water Tower Place, 3 stories. You can discover Hogwarts houses in the Great Hall. You can visit Hagrid's hut or train for a Quidditch match. This magical experience runs through January 29th. You're going to love this. The Black Ensemble Theater wraps up its season with the world premiere of Blue Heaven. Blues legends Big Mama Thornton, Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, they're reminiscing about their careers while they're waiting for the new guy, B.B. King, to show up. The blues concert that follows is heaven sent, guaranteed to heal the soul.
Roxy to the rescue! Oh!
How fun is this? A Christmas Story the Musical just opened at the Marriott Theater in Lincolnshire. The iconic 1983 movie comes to life on stage through January 1st. And whether it is a leg lamp or a Red Ryder BB gun, you'll shoot your eye out with that. Val and Mark, I hope all of your holiday wishes and gifts come true.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roz. We had the 2 boys playing Ralphie on the 11 yesterday, and they were just so precocious and awesome. So we got to go out and see that show. That's for sure. Thank you, Roz.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
This week, many of us were dreaming what we could do with $1 billion after a record-setting Powerball jackpot. Definitely plenty of what-ifs.
Yeah, so what if you blew part of that fortune on a $100,000 TV? That is the price tag for this 65-inch LED 4K rollable TV when it retracts into its cabinet. The TV screen actually rolls up. Yeah, the screen rolls just like paper. It's the first of its kind, only of its kind, too, and you can see it for yourself at Apt Electronics in Glenview. But here's the thing. It doesn't cost exactly $100,000. It's priced at $99,996.99.
That detail doesn't even matter because you still got to pay tax.
Oh, it's going to be over $100,000.
Yeah.
The problem to me is, again, 65 inches is too small for a $100,000 TV.
Agreed.
You know, it's just too small. Give me a break.
And you can't justify the rollable feature as $100,000 on a TV.
No.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's cute.
Well, that new Powerball winner says something to blow their money on. That's
well,
sure.
I mean, and that's the context, right? So if you have $1 billion, who cares if you
Oh, yeah.
$100,000 on a TV?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
It's a conversation piece then.
Look at that. All right.
Thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 7 a.m. Tanya's going to have an update on TV.
This has been Eyewitness News streaming at 7.